Lord Shri Krishna said that if you say these three words while pouring water on Tulsi plant, poverty will go away. Once goddess Satyabhama asked Lord Krishna about the importance of watering Tulsi. Then Lord Krishna told her its greatness. Goddess Satyabhama further said, O Lord, you have told me the importance of watering Tulsi, but now I am curious to know how Tulsi should be watered. What is the best method of watering Tulsi and what is the mantra to water Tulsi? Please answer all these questions for me. Then Lord Krishna told good as Satyabhama, share, O dear, just as I have told you the greatness of Tulsi, the mantra spoken while watering Tulsi is also of great importance. This mantra consists of only three words, but its effect is very beneficial. If any person utters only these three words from his mouth while watering Tulsi every day, then goddess Lakshmi herself enters his house, his poverty ends, and he gets wealth and grains. Before telling that mantra, I will tell you the significance of this Tulsi mantra. Just by listening to this significance, all these signs of a man are destroyed and he gets the virtue of watering Tulsi for 100 years. Therefore, goddess, you must listen to this story carefully. Good as Satyabhama says, Oh Lord, I will definitely listen to this story completely. Please tell me the significance of Tulsi mantra. Shri Krishna says, good as Satyabhama, there was a very beautiful city in the south. In that city lived a Brahman named Shusharma with a bad mind. He was the crown jewel of sinners. He was born in a Brahman family who were sinners and devoid of knowledge of spirituals. He was a Brahman by birth, but he was very wicked by his deeds. He did not worship, meditate, chant, perform homa, and did not welcome guests. He used to carefully drive away the guests who come to his door without giving alarms. He was always attracted to other women and had a habit of drinking liquor. He also used to eat meat. He used to work in the field and sells living during the day to earn his livelihood and used to commit adultery at night. In this way that Brahman lived for many years. Then one day that evil-minded Shusharma started roaming in the garden of a sage to collect leaves to sell and started plucking leaves. Then a black snake Brahman and he died. At the same time after that, two messengers of Yam appeared at that place to take him and started taking him to Yamlok. On the way, he started carrying a lot in front of the messengers of Yam. Messengers, where are you taking me? Leave me, spare my life. But the messengers of Yam started talking him, saying, Evil Brahman, due to your sinful snake, now Yamraj will definitely put you in a travel near hell. Then the messengers of Yam reach Yamlok with that Brahman and stand in front of Yamraj. Chitragupta takes out the account of that Brahman and say to Yamraj, Dharmaraj, this Brahman has committed sins from childhood till death. He has never done any virtuous deed. Then Dharmaraj say to his messenger, pick up this Brahman who has committed a grave sin and put him in hell. Then Yam messengers take that Brahman and push him into the fire of hell. After suffering punishment in hell for many years, that Brahman gets the body of a bull in his next birth. After being born as a bull, he started carrying loads. His master started making him work day and night. Then when the strength of that bull decreased, his master sold him to a lame man That lame man used that bull to carry his own load. Own load he used to sit on its back and roam around. In this way, the bull carried the load of that lame man for 8 years. Then one day, that lame man sits on the back of that bull and starts going to a high mountain. The bull got very tired due to climbing that mountain for a long time. His strength got weakened, and after some time, that bull fainted very loudly and fell on the ground and started taking his last breath. Then the people standing there felt pity for that bull. She came and they started pouring water into her mouth. Then there was a pious person among those people. He gave his virtue to that bull for the welfare of that bull. Saying this, other people also remembered their virtues and gave some virtues to that bull so that it could get salvation. A prostitute was also standing in the same crowd. Everyone was giving their virtues to that bull. Seeing this, the prostitute also gave her virtue to the bull. After some time, that bull dies. Then Yamduts come to that place and takes out the soul of that Brahman from the body of that bull and take it to Yamlok. On taking him to Yamlok, he is made to stand in front of Yamraj. Then Chitragupta sees his account and he is surprised. The virtues given by that prostitute to that bull is very big. Due to the effect of that virtues, the sins of all his births are destroyed. Then Yamraj forgives all the sins of that Brahman and says, Brahman, that prostitute has done a great favor to you by giving you her virtues. Only because of her virtues, the sins of all your birth have been destroyed. And Yamraj gave him human birth again. This time he comes to earth and takes birth in a noble Brahman family. Due to the effect of that great virtues, he starts remembering things of his previous birth in this new birth. When that Brahman grows up, he remembers that in his previous birth, when he was a bull, a prostitute had given him her virtue. That is why he has a desire to know about that prostitute and to know about that great virtue. The find out the address of the prostitute and goes to her city in search of her. That prostitute had now become old. Then when he finds that prostitute, he goes in front of her and bows to her again and again and starts thinking that prostitute. That prostitute starts saying, Great Brahman, who are you, and for what reason are you thanking me, a prostitute? What work have I done to you that you are saluting me? Then the Brahman says, Mother, I am the same bull whom you gave your merits. Due to my sinful deeds, I had to become a bull in my previous birth on that mountain. When I was dying, you gave me your merits. It is because of your merits that I have again got human birth today. Because of the same virtue given by you, I remember all the things of my previous birth. But mother, I have come here to know which virtue you had given me at that time, due to which the sins of all my birth have been destroyed. I want to know about that virtue. Then the prostitute said, Great Brahman, I have not done any virtuous deeds in my life, but there is a parrot in my house which stays in a cage and keeps on speaking something all the time. My heart has become pure by listening to it. I had given you the virtues of the mantra spoken by that parrot as a donation. Then that prostitute and that Brahman go to that parrot and start asking him, Shukha, which mantra do you keep on speaking, which has saved our lives? Who that taught you this mantra, and what is the meaning of this mantra? Then that parrot started narrating the story of his previous birth. That parrot started saying, "Great Brahman, in my previous birth I was a Brahman. I had become blind in the arrogance of my knowledge. I never respected my teachers. I always insulted them. I become so proud of my knowledge that my anger increased a lot and I started hating everyone. I started treating other humans as trivial and insulting scholars in public gatherings. Then, in due course of time, and I died and was taken to Yamloka due to insulting respected people and teachers. I was put in the family of parrots and I was born as a parrot. Due to my sinful deeds, I was spirited from my parents at a very young age. Then I was sitting on a branch of a tree and crying. When some says were passing by that place, they heard my pitiful cry and took me to their ashram. There in that ashram they kept me in a beautiful cage and took good care of me. They used to feed my daily and teach me. At that place those says their wives and children all used to burn that the Tulsi plant daily and chant a mantra in front of it. After listening to that mantra repeatedly from their mouth, I memorized it, and since then I have come to know that mantra and I chant to the same mantra day and night. Due to the effect of that mantra, I never died and I reached the age of 100 years. I lived for so many years. Meanwhile, one night a thief come to that place and stole me from there. Then this prostitute brought me from that thief. Even after coming to this prostitute house, I kept on reciting that mantra, after listening to which the mind of this prostitute also became pure, and she left the work of prostitution and started worshipping Lord Vishnu. Due to the effect of that mantra, all the sins of my previous births were destroyed, and due to the effect of that mantra, the end of this prostitute also become pure. Brahman gods, due to the virtues of that mantra, you have also become free from sins. In this way, the parrot narrated the whole story to that Brahman and that prostitute. After listening to this, both the Brahman and the prostitute becomes very happy, and then both of them started chanting that mantra by offering water to Tulsi daily. Then the parrot, the prostitute and that Brahman, all three sat in the divine plan and went to Vishnu Lok due to the effect of that mantra. Shri Krishna says, Goddess Satyabhama, you saw that only due to the effect of this mantra of Tulsi, all the sins of that parrot, that prostitute and that Brahman have been destroyed. This is why every person must chant this mantra every day while offering water to Tulsi Devi. The mantra is as follows. Listen to it carefully. Om Brindavane Swaha, Om Brindavane Swaha. Shri Krishna said that any woman who chants this mantra in front of Tulsi every day will become fortunate. Any man who chants this mantra in front of Tulsi will get eternal wealth. In front of the house where Tulsi is worshipped daily, good as Lakshmi will reside in that house. The mantra of Tulsi is the mantra of the king of mantras. It provides all the fruits, and hence whoever chants this mantra in front of Tulsi will attain all the sights. Siddhis. Women should always bathe, tie their hair, fill their hair with sindoor and offer water to Tulsi daily and chant this mantra. One should cremulate the Tulsi plant daily. This destroy all the defects. One should light a lamp near Tulsi every evening and worship Lord Vishnu by sitting near Tulsi. By lighting a lamp near Tulsi, a man gets wealth and gains even after bathing with thousands of pitchers of nectar. Sri Hari is not as satisfied as He is when a tulsi leaf is offered by humans receive from the fruit that a man gets by donating 10,000 cows. He gets the same fruit by donating tulsi leaves. The one who puts tulsi leaf water in his mouth at the time of death get freed from all sins and goes to Shri Krishna abode. Shri Krishna says, on the day of Purnima, Amavasya, Dwadashi and Surya Sakranti, noon, night, and during impurity, without applying oil and taking bath of or without washing hands and feet, wearing night clothes. One who plucks tulsi leaves is a great sin. Tulsi leaves plucked from Shraddha, fast, donation, pratishtha, and worship of good remain pure from 3 nights, even if they become stale. Instead of plucking tulsi leaves one by one should pluck the front part along with the leaves. The buds of tulsi are considered to be better than all flowers. It is also considered necessary to have leaves in them. While plucking the buds, the part of tulsi should be plucked without shocking the plants with a reverential attitude. This increases the fruit of worship a million times. Tulsi leaves should never be plucked with nails. This leads of sin. Do not touch the tulsi plants at night or pluck its leaves. Doing so is considered inauspicious. Has gone. The tulsi plant is in a sleeping state at night. In such a situation, plucking its leaves is considered a sin. Offer a little raw milk to the tulsi plant on Thursday. While offering milk, one must chant to mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Keep saligram near the tulsi plant and offer sesame seeds on it. During the puja, one must apply a tilak of thermic shocked in milk on tulsi and saligram. One must place a tulsi leaf on saligram and apply sandalwood. If a woman is menstruating, the should not worship tulsi. Touching tulsi during menstruation is a grave sin. It leads to the misery of the woman. So friends, this is how Lord Shri Krishna told Devi Satyabhama the significance of the mantra of offering water. Thank you very much.